So, shortly after the United States Capitol was breached by Trumpist lunatics, the actual law enforcement in the the FBI, I guess, in particular, they're actually trying to track down some of these dumb motherfuckers that managed to get into the halls, the sacred halls of liberty, right? They actually managed to walk through that shit. Mostly because the cops opened the doors for him, but that's another story for another day. Actually, it should be the story right here. But anyway, Garrett Miller, 34, is one of at least 119 people facing federal charges in connection with crimes committed during the January 6th attack. So, again, this was almost a disaster. Now, 6 people are dead because of this Capitol insurrection attempt, right? It could have been more. We could have had members of Congress be assassinated, right? When you've got people that openly say, I want to kill AOC on Twitter all day, every day, and then you allow them to walk through the sacred halls of liberty, right? When you do that, 1, you're bad at your job. I'm talking about like the cops and everything. And 2, you're just a dumb motherfucker. So let's read. A Texas man, again, remember the Jimmy Dores of the world are like, if Trump just gave these people $2,000, then they wouldn't have stormed the Capitol. They've got economic anxiety. So you're telling me a guy from Texas managed to get all the way to Washington, D.C., and he's got economic anxiety? Okay, sure. In the middle of a pandemic, right, when historically people have, no money whatsoever, this person is still traveling from Texas to Washington, D.C. to storm the Capitol. Again, economic anxiety, my fucking asshole, okay? So, a Texas man who posted numerous comments and images on social media showing him participating in the U.S. Capitol riots on January 6th, not sending their best, of course. Hey guys, I'm just going to take a selfie while incriminating myself doing absolutely the most heinous and illegal things imaginable. I covered this story of someone on Instagram who posted a selfie in the Capitol, and was like, we just stormed the Capitol, man. I don't even know what treason is, when their friend called them out, and then, now they're in, now they're in jail. But, including a tweet calling for the assassination of Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, has been arrested, according to the U.S. Department of Justice. Garrett Miller, 34, was arrested Wednesday and was held in the Dallas County Jail before he was transferred to federal custody early Friday morning. Miller is now facing charges in U.S. District Court related to the storming of the Capitol. His charges include knowingly entering and remaining in restricted buildings without lawful authority, violent entry and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds, obstructing and impeding an official proceeding, and performing acts of civil disorder. Miller is one of at least 119 people facing federal charges in connection with the crimes committed during the Capitol riots. Now again, we need to go further. 14th Amendment, Section 3 states, no serving official, whether in the federal government or in state governments, can give aid or comfort to an insurrection against the United States. Over 120 Republican members of Congress, I think maybe closer to 130 if you count the senators too, objected to the election counting. That is both giving aid and comfort to the people who stormed the Capitol thinking that they could overturn the election. If those 130 Republicans did not do what they did, maybe January 6th would have turned out to be a different story, but they did do what they did, and all of them need to be expelled, not, censured, they need to be expelled and then sent to prison. Again, we are in a society that has prisons. Instead of having nonviolent drug offenders, be in our prisons to give us slave labor, let's have Ted Cruz go to prison. Let's have Madison Cawthorn go to prison. How about Lauren Boebert go to prison? These are the people that incited and participated in an insurrection against the United States, and you're telling me they're just going to be sitting in Congress for 2 years? This is the same fucking problem with Donald Trump. Donald Trump should have been marched out in handcuffs. Instead, what he did was he walked out and flew away in a helicopter. He should have been marched out and handcuffed, or in handcuffs. But instead, he just went in his big presidential helicopter and just flew to his golf course. We need to hold these motherfuckers accountable. The FBI first received a referral from law enforcement on January 8th, indicating that Miller posted a video from inside the U.S. Capitol on his Twitter account. The 14-second video posted on January 6th, captioned, "From inside Congress," pans across a crowd inside the U.S. Capitol Rotunda as people wave pro-Trump and U.S. flags. Upon further investigation, authorities found that Miller's Facebook account had many posts relating to his involvement in criminal activities at the Capitol. 5 days after storming the Capitol, Miller posted photos of himself inside the building's rotunda while wearing a pro-Trump hat. The images seem to match some of the rotunda surveillance video obtained by law enforcement. In responding to comments left on his Facebook page, Miller acknowledged his participation in pro-Trump riots to multiple individuals. In one tweet, Miller threatened to bring the guns next time, Again, this person not only got inside the Capitol, the cops let them in. The cops let them in. Okay? I want you to listen to me when I say this. The cops let this person in to the, again, sacred halls of liberty. This person took photos of themselves breaking the law. They were then able to walk out of the U.S. Capitol without being arrested, and then that day went on Twitter saying, "We're going to bring the guns next time," and saying that they want to assassinate AOC that day, and they were just arrested a couple days ago. So, and then they sat at home for weeks. Again, they walked through the Capitol building with the intent to overturn the election because Republican lawmakers said that's what we're going to do. So they walked into the Capitol building with the intent to overturn the election results, walked out, went on Twitter, said that they were going to bring guns, and said that they wanted to assassinate AOC. And they were not arrested that day. In a string of tweets responding to Representative AOC, Miller asserted that rioters acted with honor, and we were not armed. We were gentle with the police, the criminal complaint reads. He then tweeted, "Assassinate AOC." I don't know. In addition to posting his own actions on the at the Capitol on social media, Miller also discussed the shooting of a woman by U.S. Capitol Police during a pro-Trump riot, saying, "We are going to get a hold of the USCP officer and hug him." I can't even read that because I don't want that to be taken out of context, but Jesus Christ. A detention hearing is scheduled for Monday, according to the U.S. Department of Justice. These people just walked around. They were arrested on Wednesday this week. So they did all of this. The cops just let them do it all. And then he sat pretty in his lazy boy eating gummy bears for another 2.5 weeks. Are you kidding me? This is the United States of America? Jesus fucking Christ, my Lord. How's everyone doing today?